Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of that Respect to Combat podcast, episode 242. You probably noticed that my audio sounds a lot crisper today, and, well, you're going to find out why in just a few short moments as to why I wanted to make sure my audio sounded nice and crisp today. But with all that being said, it is post-WrestleMania. We got a lot to go over, a lot of interesting things to talk about, to say the least. But with that being said, Donaze, how you doing today, brother?
Considering it is post-WrestleMania, and I just watched the Cena and heel turn get done to death again last night, yeah, I think we are going to have an interesting show.
Oh, yeah, very interesting show.
And I'm just trying to keep my blood pressure low right now because we're all about to go off at some point today.
I'm starting off the show with going off on somebody. What are you talking about trying to keep your blood pressure low?
Well, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Where that's why I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Trico, how you doing today, brother?
Man, let me tell you, last week was a pretty good weekend. Not only get to meet other content creators here for Respect to Combat collaboration on StreamYard, but also had to meet up with other collaborators on Discord who will also react to and review to WrestleMania. So that was a good week. But the April train is still going on because it's also Michael week, if you have not noticed.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And also today with us, Monkey, how you doing today? What? Wait, hold on. Your mic is muted.
I never remember to turn that shit the fuck off when you switch to me. Sorry. What's up?
Not much. How you doing today, brother?
I'm alright.
Just all right?
Yeah. Hanging in there. Life.
I feel it. I definitely feel that. Now, we do have a
real world title and you're just okay?
I think that's like
I mean, that's like the only thing that's going for me right now, yeah.
I was going to say, I think that's like the only positive that came out of this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Let's not talk about that.
Yeah. Now we do have...
Tell me off air.
Now we do have a new co-host joining us today, and he will be starting to join us a bit more often. We would like to introduce you to Mr. Brendan Zalischuk. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, my friend. How's everyone doing? It's an honor to be here. I'm excited. Looking forward to a kick-ass show today, my friends.
Hell yeah. Thank you for making the time to be on. Really means a lot.
Oh, thanks for having me. It is 8:18 in the morning here at Central Time. I'm ready to go. Got up at 6 a.m., have my coffee. Let's do it.
Hell yeah. Now, today, we have a very special guest on for a one-on-one interview, as always. You have heard his voice on Renegade Wrestling Alliance. You've seen him on Proving Ground Wrestling, Focus Pro Wrestling, Alley Fights, Outcast Wrestling Revolution, and many other promotions around North America. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is the Zote, Zach Léveillée. How are you doing today?
Oh my God. Wow. I think that's like one of the best introductions I've ever gotten being on a podcast. Eric, thank you so much. I'm glad we could finally make this work through some early connections that we've had. And yeah, I mean, I'm glad to be here. Zach of all trades does it all, commentator, referee, interviewer, podcast appearee, and I'm glad to be here with you guys. It's bright and early. What better way to ring in a nice Friday than talking some wrestling? It's post-Mania season, baby.
Exactly. Yeah, no, we got a lot to go over today. It's been a very eventful week. We appreciate you making the time to come on. Now, I have to admit, we're going to be starting off these mainstream highlights on a bit of a controversial note. So if there is anyone that would possibly like to step away and go to the bathroom so that then they are not involved in any of this, you have 10 seconds.
I mean, controversy creates cash, doesn't it?
I love the fact that Brendan's actually counting down. I love him.
Love it too, man.
All right.
There's 10 seconds.
So, now, with that all being said, we're just going to roll a clip for you guys real quick to watch, and then I'm going to be giving my opinion on it. So, y'all, You all enjoy.
EC3 return.
No.
Eric Young comes out. He calls out, of all people, EC3. EC3 comes out.
I heard EC3 was coming back. Yeah.
Yep, he comes down to the ring and lights go out. He comes out, does a promo, clotheslines Eric outside, rips off his shirt, and challenges Eric to a match on Thursday.
Oh, good. So you know what's funny is, like, I guess because they're bringing EC3 back, all these people are like have been talking about how Vince screwed EC3, and it's like the dude sucked. Okay, he was on the main roster, he got a chance, and he sucked. Okay, now I know he's a great promo, but when you're in WWE, at you know, there's
just wait.
Basically, you have to be at least a decent wrestler and probably, I mean, to be a star, obviously a great promo. You have to have both, and he does have the promo side, but you know, in the ring, he had his chance in the ring, and you know, his stuff didn't look good. I mean, and Vince basically, and he didn't get over, and Vince soured on it. But look, Vince sours on a lot of people, but you know, I mean, I remember it in real time when he was in WWE, and the first thing he does is beats Jon Moxley, you know, who was a star, and it sucked, and you know, Vince just, you know how Vince was. It's like if Vince would, if you suck once, he'll hold it against you. But I mean, the reality is that for him to have made it on the main roster of WWE, you know, he had to be better. So anyway, and that's years and years ago. I mean, whatever, bring him back.
Well, he's back Thursday.
How can you say he sucks?
This is a guy that just says me and freaking coach know nothing about the business, bro. This is what happens, bro, when you've never been in the back and you've never worked for a company and you don't understand and see the politics on a daily basis. He's going to say EC3 sucks in the ring. Even if he wants to say that, bro, that's fine. You know how many people are on that show right now that are freaking horrible? So why are they there, bro? Could it have to do with who they know or whose ass they kiss, or does it have anything? This is where Dave falls short, where not having worked for a major company, he doesn't understand how it works. He really thinks EC3 got called up and had a shitty match with Jon Moxley and Vince was done with him. That's what he really thinks.
Ooh.
All right.
Let me ask a question. Why the fucking hate for EC3? What the fuck?
It's Meltzer, and before Eric hops in, let me say this. The match that Meltzer is so headstrong about, Vince booked EC3 in an unwinnable situation.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was trying to bury Mox out of the door, and the crowd caught on to it and booed him out the building.
Yep.
So that's not on EC3. That is not Vince McMahon bullshit.
Yeah, that's poor booking by Vince McMahon.
It's how you gonna call out his wrestling skills, though?
Bro, that's actually what pissed me off the most. Is like, all right, so here's where I'm gonna just kind of go off and possibly make the man cry, but I don't really care because I've done it multiple times. Honestly, when Dave Meltzer talks at this point, I laugh. I genuinely don't even take anything he says seriously anymore, just because unfortunately for him, fortunate for me, I've done more in the wrestling industry within the last 9 months than he has in the last 30 plus years that he's been working in the industry. And what I mean by that is, well, you see, all Dave Meltzer does, from what I can tell, is sit at home, do a podcast, give out stars to matches, and fork over money to AEW because he's an investor. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Was that supposed to be private information? Oh, I'm sorry. It maybe shouldn't be available on public forum then. But with that being said, Just because of the fact that you forked over some money to a promotion doesn't mean that you're not a fucking mark. Because honestly, that's what I see you as now, is you're a fucking mark. The fact that you're over here trying to say that EC3 is a bad wrestler? Are you fucking joking, bro? Like, I've heard you say that Brian Idol is a bad wrestler. I've heard you say EC3 is a bad wrestler. I've even heard you say that Trevor Murdoch is a bad wrestler. Mind you, I know Trevor Murdoch just retired, but that man could still go. That man throws down like there's no fucking tomorrow. I don't care if he's retired. I still will never want to get in the ring with Trevor Murdoch because I'll probably die. I would probably die just from one clothesline. And then come into Brian. Like, Brian's been doing shit for 20 plus years now, so I don't really understand why you try to talk shit. The man has told you to your face to go fuck yourself. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll probably do it again. And EC3. See, this is the one that genuinely, I mean, I don't want to say that he's the one that genuinely pissed me off, because when you talk shit about Brian, that pissed me off too, because that's my boy. But EC3 is also my boy now. We've gotten close over the last few months since we've been working together. I've been working with Exodus Pro now since October. And since I've been working with Exodus Pro, not only have I been doing helping with all the social media content and helping with all the media content, I've also been sitting in on production meetings. I have been learning how matches get booked. I have been learning how character development is done. I have been learning how these guys stay in the shape that they stay in. And I have been learning about how much work it actually goes into a fucking 5-minute match. Have you done any of that? No, you haven't. You've done nothing but sit on your fucking couch, and there's a reason why nowadays there's always fucking jokes of people saying, well, if you wrestle in AEW, it's automatically a 5-star match. If it's a Japanese wrestler, that's automatically a 7-star match. If it's Japanese wrestler that's an 8-time IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, well, that's automatically 20 stars. And if your name is Kazuchika Okada, you're probably going to get about 100 stars plus a cream in the face.
Can I ask a question?
What?
Does anybody outside of AEW even listen to this guy?
I don't know. I really don't care. My point is that I'm genuinely sick and tired of him thinking that he has a place to say that EC3 sucks.
Yeah.
EC3 does not suck. EC3 in his mid-40s is still in top-tier shape. He is in way better shape than you fucking were in your 40s, I'll tell you that much. And on top of that, he can still do 15, 20-minute matches. That man is in the gym every single fucking day, bro. He was on an 8-day stint with Vegas, fucking in Syracuse doing TNA tapings and all this other shit, touring with JCW. You know what he did the day he got back? He hit the gym for 2 hours. And then he trained with his guys for another 2.5. The guy is an absolute animal. His work ethic is insane. And you actually have the gall to sit here and say that he sucks as a wrestler. You know what? Let's not even talk about the wrestler right now. Let's talk about the trainer, EC3. How many people has he pushed out that have actually ended up turning into pretty big stars now? How many? Here, let me go down the list for you. Pretty Boy Smooth recently got signed to the NWA. Slimeballs got signed to the NWA 2 years ago and are currently the NWA United States Tag Team Champions. Tiffany Nieves, who is currently the NWA World Television Champion, has been with NWA for over 2 years now and just recently re-signed with them. Would you like me to continue the list? And on top of that, he's putting all of these guys on actual meal plans so that not only do they learn how to wrestle, they look good, they feel good.
That's what comes with having somebody like an EC3 still on, like, even though he's back in TNA, still being a part of the independent realm, which again is where my bread and butter lies, is the fact that there's a guy like that who takes the time and effort to really hunker down with talent and go, hey, here's the holes in your game, and here's how we can physically do it, and then actually give you like a feasible means of achieving that. It's like you said, he's turned around multiple talents who are now going to television and making sure that not only are they ready for that, but they look the part and they carry themselves with that professionalism and they carry themselves with that, you know, what you need to be that impressive, to be able to get that signed contract based on everything that you present, because it's a full facet business. You can't just be good at the one. So like, Meltzer could say that EC3 was just a good promo, but no, it's like you said, he is a full package. He has the look, he has the in-ring stamina, he has the charisma, he has all these tools that when TNA comes a knocking and goes, hey, you know, we want to bring you back. What's the merit? Bing.
Yeah,
exactly.
Can I say something about this goblin here from California? Okay. So
Is that
this
where he's
guy,
from, California?
yes, he is the goblin from California. Okay, let's keep
fuck him even more. It's not
so,
it's probably angry because he has to pay $7 a gallon for gas.
probably. Okay, this is the guy who is a part of the Never Touch a Titty Club. If you want to learn how not to get laid, look at Dave Meltzer. Don't become like him. If you do, you're not getting any netting. Okay, so he says EC3 sucks. Okay, Meltzer Magoo. If EC3 sucks, why did Billy Corgan approach him years ago to be his partner? How come many people go to his school and learn from him? How come JCW picked him up too? How come TNA re-signed him too to a deal? If he sucks, why is there still interest in him? Oh wait,
answer.
I don't see any interest in your boyfriend Kenny Omega. I don't see anyone interested.
Hey! Watch your tone with Kenny Omega.
What do you mean? You can't talk about me? And I don't see anyone talking about Will Ospreay. EC3.
Hey, watch your tone with Will Ospreay too.
EC3.
But I can
But
concur.
he's right, Eric. They're not fucking talking about him though. They're really not.
EC3 is a bigger name than all of Meltzer's favorites. So Meltzer, let's look at your career. Al Snow is right about you. You are the greatest worker of all time in terms of scamming people, being a con artist, being a liar, and being a thief. You never spent a day in the wrestling business. Backstage doesn't count at PWG making out with the Young Bucks. That doesn't count. And I also want to say, you, Dave, fuck you for calling my friend Vince Russo a homophobe and all the lies that you put on him throughout the years. Let's maybe take a look at you there, Dave. What are you hiding that people don't want to know about you? You are a joke in the wrestling business. People, with the exception of Marks, laugh at you. They don't take you seriously. They make fun of you behind your back with your tongue wagging.
Quite often. I just do it publicly.
Yeah, and the only thing is you're now crashing out there, Dave, because your now former employee, Tony Khan, might be coming to the hatchet. And that is driving you insane. And keep dyeing your hair jet black. It looks fucking ridiculous as a 65-year-old man who's dyeing his hair black, thinks he looks cool, sitting in your turtleneck sweater with your jizz stain on your microphone, watch your Japanese wrestling, and shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Seriously.
But no, all you're gonna do, you're gonna make yourself look like a goof, which then again, Dave, keep making yourself look like a goof. And your little Twitter beef with Conrad last night just shows what a clown you are. And you take wrestling that fucking seriously? How about your kid? How about your girl? We know it's a man, but that girl that's trying to get in your life still? Put the fucking jizz microphone down, spend time with your family, and stop taking this shit so seriously. You tell people on X, oh, you should read the report. Read the report. Why? Is it to scam people $15 a month for something that they can wipe their ass with? No. The real ones know that you're full of shit. You never spent a day in the business. You never stood side by side with Vince McMahon. And you're just butthurt because your buddy is talking to one of your enemies. And I'm gonna end my rant with the fuck Dave Meltzer on this beautiful Friday morning. Rant over for me.
Wait, I got something funny there. Hold on. This is Dave Meltzer right here.
Yeah. Oh my god, I showed me. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm gonna watch Tokyo Dome. Young Bucks. Oh god. Oh my god, I'm gonna masturbate to this G1 Climax 69-star match. Ah. That's Dave Meltzer.
All right. Well, hey, Doggo.
You want to
No,
say
that's
hi?
a kitty.
Oh, hi.
Pretty
All
kitty.
right. Now, to move on to the rest of our mainstream highlights, just because we took a little bit more time than I thought we would.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole rest of a show, you know.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even host this thing, and I know that.
Yeah, the fact that was a 20-minute rant on Meltzer is insane.
Fuck Dave Meltzer.
It's because fuck Dave Meltzer.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
it's not that hard. I mean, we could hold the you for 20 minutes in the fuck and like it'd still suffice everything that was said.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Now, unfortunately, this past weekend we did see the passing of former WCW star Van Hammer. What era of WCW was he involved in? I don't remember ever watching it.
Oh, the early 90s until 2000 when he got left out of his contract. So he was part of the Bill Watts, Jim Herd, Bischoff, and the Russo era of WCW.
Oh, okay.
He was one of those guys that was always around the corporate guys in WCW.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, he was part of Raven's Flock. He did the heavy metal Van Hammer gimmick in the early 90s. He was part of Misfits in Action. He had a soloist push in 99.
He was a muscle guy.
Had a good look.
Okay.
He had a good look, but what worked against him, he wasn't the greatest talker, and he wasn't the greatest in-ring, but he had a good look at the time.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Like, I guarantee you've seen Van Hammer, and you're just not known it, because he feels like an extra and everything, but, well, everything late. He was actually pretty, like, involved in the beginning of his career over there, but, like, in the late, like, 90s, early thousands type shit, he felt like an extra. He was always a muscle guy. He was like that bouncer looking dude.
Yeah. Big jacked up blonde haired guy. Like, the guy looked incredible. Like I say, he had a good look. Really good shape. Looks like he can fuck you up in a bar fight.
Oh yeah, 100%. Now we do send out a congratulations to Bianca Belair, who did announce at WrestleMania that she is pregnant.
Congratulations. I gotta give her a applaud.
Big congratulations to her.
Know, everybody thought that Bianca was out due to a finger injury, but I think it's Montez, the one who had the finger injury. He had to put in a lot of work to knock that up.
A lot of work rate.
And I'm not gonna lie.
She looks like 4 months pregnant.
Yeah, she's like 6 months pregnant.
I thought it was 4. You're saying that's 6? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I read 6.
Wow.
And on top of all that, like Montez gained weight, cut down, and like came back to Raw shredded.
Oh, you did? Good for him.
Yeah, like the Street Profits returned. Yeah, the Street Profits returned on the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania to back up Seth Rollins. And then the one thing that probably was the most exciting of the entire weekend with WrestleMania, Paige officially made her return to the WWE. And she has, I believe she confirmed this, that she has signed like at least a 2-year contract with them.
She did.
That was the only way we were going to ever root for something with a Bella in it.
That's true.
Oh my
That's true.
gosh.
And Paige has now said this is her last wrestling contract as an in-ring competitor. She has now publicly say that. This is her last one. And my concern is her neck, because she had to retire for a while because of a neck injury, and then she came back for a little bit in AEW. So I'm just wondering, as a fan, how is her neck?
I was reading on that. So I read as the terms for first off, Nick Khan was the one that did all this. Nick Khan was like basically the one that orchestrated the entire thing. And there was 2 things that Paige had to be okay with, or like that there were prerequisites for Paige coming to the WWE. I forget what one of them was, but I know one of them was she had to be fully 100% cleared on the neck. It had to be in perfect condition. It couldn't be.
And sobriety.
Yeah,
was the other
sobriety.
one.
You're right. She had to take a drug test, and she had to be completely she had to be able to pass that. Paige was able to nail both. She was brought in with I think it was Nikki Bella.
Brie.
With Brie, because Nikki
She was
got
brought
the
in with Brie.
I'm talking about for the checkup. I think Nikki was with her.
Yeah.
Oh, the backstage. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, because they were in Birmingham around the same time. And when Nikki got the confirmation that she had a break, a tear, and a sprained ankle. So, yeah, she's done and had to get the surgery. She was in Birmingham the same time Paige was to get her clearance. So they just
worked out then.
Revised, even though they had Asuka and Kairi on standby in case stuff went sideways with Paige. they still said, "Hey, Paige, you're gonna."
Nick Khan had a card up his sleeve that he wanted to play.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And with Paige, did you guys hear? Oh, so good.
Bree's just pissed that information got out before WrestleMania.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Did you hear? She went after that stooge. She says she knows who she talked to. She's gonna find out who Stooge did to the internet. I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, because she went on her podcast.
Why did you tell a Stooge in the first place? Like, if you knew exactly, like, if she can identify who she told exactly, and then then why would you tell the person? Like,
exactly. It should be need to know basis.
Signed with the WWE. Nobody has to know except for your mom. Okay. Make sure your mom has got that.
Not even your mom should know, dude.
Agreed. Yeah, it should be on the need to know.
That info should have stayed between the Bellas, Paige, and Nick Khan, and then whoever was in that four-way when it got to the PC. The fact that it got out maybe 2 weeks before Mania that they were doing it is crazy.
Yeah, so someone either opened their mouth. It could be, who knows, because Brie has a big mouth. Could it be she maybe said something to the wrong person? Next thing you know, 2 days before WrestleMania, it got leaked.
You know, maybe it's the same as the Avatar: The Last Airbender movie leak. Maybe somebody in the office just emailed it to the wrong person. Hey, Paige is returning. Just want to let you know. They clicked, and then it just blasted on Twitter. You know?
That could be a possibility.
You're an asshole.
Yeah. Agree. Whoever's the leaker, fuck you. That's another problem with the wrestling business. Like shit, there's no surprises anymore. They're very rare because it gets leaked by the dirt sheets.
Yeah,
and it's a fucking shame.
That's why WWE had to combat it with like fake promos to shit like sports. They were playing the fuck out of Sports Keto all of like 2024 and 2025. They were playing the fuck out of them, and that's how they how they have to combat it. They have to actually now put out misinformation.
Yep.
Which is shitty, dude, because, like, now you don't know what to believe anymore. Although it's kind of, I guess it's effective. When I saw the Paige thing get leaked, I didn't believe it. I thought that was bullshit. Because you got to understand, I follow a lot of these, like, wrestling things, and I see so many bad reports, like, so many. So, the Paige thing, I didn't think it was real. I was actually shocked to see her come out. So.
Oh wow!
So you were. Now. I heard the one about Asuka and Kairi. I was like, wait. Later on, they said like, oh yeah, we were the backup plan, but the fact that information got leaked out too is crazy.
Even dumber. I'm sorry. That was even dumber that they held up Asuka and Kairi and subsequently Io because of it. When you have Julia Kiana, when you had no intentions of Julia defending the belt at Mania, you could have had them do it. You have X, Y, and Z, other tag teams on these shows that you could have had on standby, so you could have paid off your Asuka Io feud on the big stage, and then it just ended up being the Paige thing, which, again, was a great moment, but you held up a whole storyline for something that had nothing to do with it.
Yep. Yeah. I know why, Zach. They have no long-term plans for anybody on that roster. That's why they need writers. They can't do their fucking job. The Nosemans, the Walruses, Pritchards, the Michael Hayes, and all those people around that table.
It's not just them anymore.
They don't know.
It's not just them anymore.
And it's not just them, but we'll get to that here later. They don't know what they're doing. They try to throw shit against the wall and see what sticks. They don't think about 9 months from now. And it hurts the product, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And they're desperate. I think, like I said, we'll get into it. They're doing what WCW did in 98 and 99 when they were losing the ratings. They're trying to do desperate shit to get people to watch, and it's not working out.
Right. No, and I completely 100% agree with that. And the booking lately has been pretty shite, and we'll get into it later as to why it's been pretty shite. Now, Joe Hendry and Ethan Page and Sol Ruca.
Well, you forgot one return.
What?
Hmm?
You forgot one return before you even say the call-ups.
Oh, yeah. Braun Breaker did also make his return at WrestleMania, costing Seth Rollins his match against Gunther.
Okay.
And then
the surprise of nobody.
Braun got hurt on Raw. Fucking Seth clocked him with the chair and busted him open. So now the question is now Braun Breaker okay? Because, again, if it's not okay, That's another wrestler Seth Rollins recklessly injured on his resume.
Yeah, it is.
I don't like Seth Rollins.
Legit, he had the back of his head split open off of, I guess, the lip of, and he was only the first, and I hate to say it like this, he was only the first wrestler this week to effortlessly have a head injury, and I'm like, the hell?
Yeah, because Saruka got hurt. Whoever okayed that fucking table spot, fuck you. Shame on you. It is a blessing that Saruka did not get hurt. Yeah, she got busted open and had to get stitches. Yeah. But lucky it was not a concussion or nothing's major seriously. But whoever okayed that dangerous, reckless spot for no reason, just for the pop, you should be out of the wrestling business. That was reckless. That was dangerous. It didn't need to happen. Thank God she's okay. But again, why do that?
Yeah,
that's two people back to back.
I mean, I can see that being, oh, well, look at when Gargano and Ciampa freaking dived off the fucking whatevers and all this stuff. So if we have this feud, we've built it this far.
Make it mean something.
It be this plunge. But again, it comes down to the semantics of it, the schematics, the actual executing of it. And that's where, again, the risk sometimes isn't worth the reward, like you were saying. You know what I mean? But I can see where they're, because again, look at half the stuff that the other show does. You know what I mean? They pull dumb shit like this out of their ass all the time.
Yeah, and it's not worth it.
Right. It doesn't benefit anything. It doesn't get it any more steam than it already was going to be.
Yeah, like Al Snow says, make it mean something. If you're just going to do it and get kicked out 1 or 2, don't do it because you're just exposing the business at that point.
Yeah, the fact that Darby just won the title 2 weeks ago and he's already having 2 world title defenses back-to-back weeks is a joke.
That's not good because... That's not good because he's running out of opponents. How they're going to sell tickets for the next pay-per-view? They need to build up the next contender. If they're just going to do...
I could have swore he was the TNT champion.
Sorry, Zach, on this side. Go ahead.
He's world champion right now. And
you could have fooled me. I thought he was the TNT champion again.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, he beat MJF for the world title on a Dynamite, and then had his first title defense against Tommaso Ciampa randomly. And now he's got Brody King next week randomly. And on top of that, they're building, most likely MJF getting the TNT title, becoming a Triple Crown winner against Kevin Knight. I think that match is next week. I got to look at it again.
Why not build that for a pay-per-view, like I said?
That's even random, too.
Yeah, you're bumping MJ. You're basically demoting MJF.
Yeah.
Again, what's the point? I'm in the middle of the Darby Allin title change. One hand, I don't care about it. On one hand, I think they could have done it better. But I don't like the fact they're demoting MJF. If he had to be run off TV, fine. But if he's not being run off TV, why demote him to a mid-card title when he should be going after Darby Allin? But what do we know? It's Meltzer's wrestling organization.
I don't know why it came at the cost of MJF and the way that it did, but I am very, very excited for Darby Allin being the champion.
There's merit for it. But it's another one of those things where, I look at someone like a Damian Priest and an R-Truth. I feel like this is 2 years too late in a certain sense. I mean, maybe not that long for Darby, but I feel like he had his prime for this moment. And then they just decided to do something else that was just longevity going on instead of just pivoting and giving it to the guy in the moment that it made sense to give it to him. Mm-hmm. And do it in a way that, Zalis Buck was saying, do it in a bigger way. Do it in a way that meant more than just, MJF has this big thing at a pay-per-view and then 4 days later loses it in 40 seconds.
Yeah, either build it up and get a good rating or build it up for a pay-per-view to sell tickets and get a good pay-per-view buys. This is where Tony Khan, I'm going to try to be careful here because he might be a potential ally for SJCW there. Great guy, but in my opinion, he's a terrible boss and a terrible booker.
I think that also stems back to what we were saying earlier about WWE, where it's because he's his own one-man run show, essentially. Yeah. You need other brains. You need other people, because especially when you have 2 TV shows plus your Ring of Honor that, is half-baked in its own right.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
But God rest ROH's soul. But, there's such great talent across the board that deserve the time and the thought process to actually give them tangibles instead of just, oh, here's a match here, here's something I can do with you here, here's something I can do with you here, and just keep going down the line because that's all your brain can, hold up with.
And before we get too far into this, let's continue with where we were and hop right back into, since we were talking about Soul, her, Ethan Page, and Joe Hendry all got called up, and apparently there's more speculated call-ups happening tonight.
Oh yeah, that's
on SmackDown.
I'm scared for today, though. Today may be the scariest day of the year because as much as all these call-ups are happening, how long is it?
Black Friday.
It could be during this podcast that we're going to name 18 names that just got fired, and then they'll bury it on SmackDown.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
I got a question. So because I guess I missed Raw. Hendry got called up?
Yeah.
Hendry got called up and he's going to be on Raw.
Yeah, he's doing a Rock concert on Raw. That's what they're advertising him for.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. There's going to be some call-ups and there's going to be some superstar shakeups. Like, in case you didn't know, Jacob Fatu is officially now on Raw when he challenged Roman Reigns for the world title at Backlash.
Which was obvious.
Yeah. So,
but Jacob Fatu for reportedly Ray is, no offense to Ray, but I don't know how I feel about that one.
Wait, you did not trade for Rey Mysterio. Get out of here. Blue brand been done dirty.
That's what I'm saying. Like, SmackDown needs the help. Like, when Rhea won the women's title on SmackDown, they needed that. Like,
don't get me wrong, they do, but they also need to break up some freaking tag teams to fill out that women's division.
Yeah,
they do.
I agree.
Yeah. Now, over on NXT, wait, actually, I skipped something. Brian Idol has become the new #1 contender for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. When that title match will be has yet to be decided, but I am assuming that it will be happening at the Crockett Cup. If it does, congratulations to Mr. Brian Idol, and best of luck on your next title opportunity.
Yeah.
Over on NXT, we did see Lexis King become the new WWE Speed Champion. As well, Lizzie Rain will be making her NXT in-ring debut next week. Now, fun fact about Izzy Rain, did you know that she is the niece of late Iron Maiden drummer Clive Burr?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hell of a drummer, RIP. Did not know that.
Yeah, she's actually the niece. She's actually the niece, and it makes so much sense because her character is 80s heavy metal.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
I'm excited to see this play out. Now, Brendan, I know you had a little bit of some reports reading about this. Brock Lesnar last weekend on night 2 of WrestleMania retired from in-ring competition officially. Now, according to some reports, that was not the plan. That was apparently a shoot.
Yeah, no, that was spontaneous.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman confirmed that.
Okay. So I'm in the minority, and I might be proven wrong, but I'm in the minority to think it's a work. And I'm going to explain why. SummerSlam is in his hometown in Minneapolis, Minnesota in August. They need him to sell those 2 nights out. So if he's legit done, what are they going to do? And part of me, another reason why I think it's a work is Brock showing emotion, which doesn't make sense for Brock's character. I think it's a setup. I think something is going to happen where he's going to come back and attack someone, whether that's Obafemi, or is it Gunther, or is it anyone on the roster. As Paul Heyman himself, or the Walrus, as we call him, said after WrestleMania, I see another 15 years done of dominance of Brock Lesnar. Hinting that, no, he's not done. But what Eric said at the same time, if it's not a work, I find it funny that Brock basically shoved it up Triple H's ass. That's a fuck you to them. So if it is true, Brock, you had a great career. Thank you for all the memories he gave us wrestling fans and UFC fans that watched you when you're in the UFC. Enjoy your life on the farm, your wife and kids, and Godspeed, brother.
And
if you're coming back, it'll be honored to watch your last match and go out with a bang. Again, Godspeed, brother, and may we, on RTSC's behalf, wish you the best in your future endeavors.
And you know what? To pivot on Brandon's point, I think it was the right move to let Oba retire Brock, because I do not want to see Gunther retire Brock again. I'm like, why do we need to feed Gunther to retire people? Like, that's what, you know what? I am scared. That's why I feel like they're going to do it, because even though I felt like this is Brock's last WrestleMania, I do feel that, but my mind is that, oh, no, we're not done. You are not going out your own terms. They'd be like, no, you are not going out your own terms. You're going to have Gunther have his moment, be the career killer that he is, and you're going to let him tap you out like a bitch like we did Cena.
The reason I think that it is a shoot is very literally everything that Brandon and Trico just said. Because it is completely up Brock's alley, 100% up Brock's alley, to absolutely not go out as planned. And he's not. If I promise you, if Brock would have it his way, it would not be going out to a sleeper hold to Gunther. So he probably did control his destiny in some regard, but also the reason I think it's a shoot is because I've seen Paul Heyman a lot, and he's a really good actor. That shit was not an act. That was not a planned thing, bro.
So whatever.
Plus, like you guys said, Brock Lesnar doesn't cry, but when you're retiring, bro, that's probably the only time you're allowed to cry as a male. So he probably used that.
And what's the freaking favor? I feel like they're gonna pick.
That's why I'm like, Brock in Minneapolis. That's what they wanted. I don't know if that's still going down.
I don't think that's.
Or Gunther is going to go Brock out of retirement.
I think we're gonna find out in the backstage half of this that someone told Brock his future end in Minneapolis, and he said, fuck that, looked at Obafemi and said, now that's believable.
Yeah, and Brock doesn't need WWE. They need Brock. Brock has fuck you.
Gosh.
Yeah, we all six of us here can admit Brock Lesnar has what Shaggy of ICP says. Brock has fuck you money, where he can say fuck you, I don't need the money. Brock doesn't need to keep going to there.
So like they both have fuck you money.
Yeah, exactly. They both have fuck you money. So I guarantee you, to go off where Trika said there, I think that's what happened. I think someone stooched out to Brock, or Brock got word that they're gonna have him tap out to good there. And let's all be honest here, Brock is more of a Vince McMahon guy than a Triple H guy. Triple H and Brock are not really buddies. Triple H has made Brock do a lot of jobs for people. Well, Vince McMahon kind of protected him. So I have a feeling Brock doesn't trust Triple H, because look how Triple H booked Cena's last retirement run. It was shit. It was garbage. Well, and Brock probably seen that and didn't trust him. True. And Brock probably seen that. It's like, no, he's not doing that to me. So again, if this is a shoot, I find it funny Brock stuck it up his ass. It's being Triple H.
I was like,
no, you're not doing that to me.
I was going to say, that's kind of more so what I've been reading, is that Triple H and Brock Lesnar have been having a lot of creative differences, and that Brock Lesnar was just very frustrated with it. So that's what led to him doing what he did on Sunday. And now I'm also reading that WWE is trying to go after him legally, because apparently this is a breach of contract. So I'm not exactly sure what all is happening. I'm just keeping a very close eye on it right now.
That is interesting. Yeah. Then again, what is Brock's contract? To my understanding, before the Obafemi match, Paul said that, yes, SummerSlam was going to be his last one, and he had term his contract. Brock has creative control. He decides who he puts over and who when he goes over.
Right.
So, which now putting the puzzles together, it would make sense Brock did this on purpose to defend his, reputation. And if Brock is under contract, how long is he under contract for? And do you guys think, I'm going to pose a counter argument to you guys, do you guys see Brock fighting them in court to try to get out of his contract?
I think he would.
Yeah. But before we get too far into this, let's continue. And AJ revealed at the Hall of Fame that he is now a talent scout for them.
Yep.
Which
Good for him. He's going to do a great job at it. Good for him.
Oh,
great guy in that role.
Man, scour the indies and find the best peoples, because if anybody has an eye, it's going to be an AJ Styles. I mean, it's going to suck when he sees how great of talent we have and then takes them all from us. But that is the idea at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Right.
as a business, you want to increase your business.
And legit, he put over Stephanie Vaquer's Spiral Tap and said it was better than his. So, but why are we about to get Dipset versus the Usos at SummerSlam, all because Jay showed up on Cameron's podcast?
Oh, that's what they're doing? They're doing that podcast?
Yeah, Cameron
Why?
had a response after Jay jumped him on his podcast, and Roman just said a bum rapper from the 90s on Raw.
Okay.
Now, apparently, Cameron's response was, I want Dipset versus the Usos.
I'll tell you why they're tricky, because they're getting so much celebrities involved now, and that's a TKO thing. They're trying to get eyeballs.
Yeah,
they're
I'm
desperate
actually
for
getting
viewers.
kind of sick of this shit. I
are.
thought it was cool for the first couple. Now it's like they're in every fucking. There's a. That's got to be so fucking insulting for so many people, because they're taking up a spot on the fucking card, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Legit.
And I think it's because they're desperate for viewers.
Asuka.
But let me ask you a question though. Who the fuck's watching for that?
Nobody.
Exactly, Monkey. They're thinking, they being TKO and those old heads at the table. They're thinking this is gonna work. This is gonna increase their viewership. People are gonna go, who? I am watching. Click. Like they're not.
Yeah.
They're not gonna watch. If it's like a big name, like a Brad Pitt, like a big mainstream name, there might be some curiosity. If it's a big name. But if it's kind of like a lower tier name, they're going, who?
Maybe like a Mike Tyson of this era. Like I would see like
a Jake Paul would be a good
a
one.
big boxer, or yeah, Jake Paul to come in.
They've already got Logan.
Jake Paul to come in for his brother one day. That would be.
Yeah.
It sounds stupid, but at least that motherfucker's like in boxing. There's like big boxers work. You know, big UFC fighters even would work, but like this shit with like movie stars and rappers and musicians, like once in a while, dude. It doesn't have to happen all the time. And what the fuck are we pulling Dipset out of? Like that is crazy.
Could an argument be made with the whole Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll stuff? Is this the longest duration of celebrity involvement? Because usually it was very sporadically we would see them get involved, very sporadically. But for this WrestleMania, yeah, I think an argument can be made. This is the longest that they're relying on celebrities and they're using them.
Even Jelly Roll was like, why are we here?
Yes. If you have him saying that, that's a problem. That is a problem.
The Jelly Roll thing, I can explain. It's almost like I can understand that, because look at how Jelly Roll looked before he entered WWE shit and the gym and the training and all that shit, and look at how he looked like after. Yes, I know there's Ozempic involved, but like he
took Ozempic.
Yeah, dude, there's definitely Ozempic involved in that. But he got fit through the WWE training. There's Bad Bunny that actually was pretty fucking good in the ring. So and he went through training. But like we're throwing in I Show Speed, Travis Scott. Why? Like now we've got fucking Dipset. Why? For what? What is that bringing you?
Oh, fuck. I forgot about Lil Yachty. Thanks for reminding me. I think it's because they think this will work for viewership increase when it's not. It's going to make people laugh at wrestling even more. You guys remember the day wrestling used to be taken seriously to a degree? Now it's a joke.
And and for the matter, the Jelly Roll thing doesn't. No Jelly Roll fans are turning into wrestling fans overnight because Jelly Roll was in wrestling. That has nothing to do with that. It's selling the power plant that they use, the fucking their training ground to other wrestlers. Look at what we did to Jelly Roll, dude. Like that's all that is. That's like in industry shit. that's in industry benefit. You're not getting fucking Jelly Roll fans to come out of the fucking woodwork for Jelly Roll to be in a 15-minute match at a WrestleMania. That's insanity. You're never doing that. They don't pay more than fucking $65 a ticket for most of the time for this guy. Like maybe fucking at best $200 to see him for like 90 minutes front and center at a fucking stadium. Not 15 minutes at a wrestling match. They're not doing all that. So it makes no sense to me. I Show Speed's people ain't doing all that either. They can just click on his fucking channel to go see him.
Yeah, and after that, and Vince Russo has said this, when they bring them in, what happens when they leave? Those viewers are leaving as well.
Go with them.
Exactly.
Yeah. And Russo's right on the money for that. And it's true. Like Bad Bunny, you said there, Monkey. Well, they brought Bad Bunny in for that Damian Priest program in his home country. Yes, there was some buzz. Then when Bad Bunny did the match and left, his followers left. They're not going to stay around and watch that shit.
No. And
exactly.
The only reason they did that, and it made sense. There's things that make sense. They were having a wrestling promo in Puerto Rico. And on top
in his
of
country.
that, they were on that year aiming, like you could tell all throughout the year, they were targeting the Latino audience. They wanted Spanish speakers to get involved. And now we saw why. Because they were trying to get into bed with AAA and they were getting in good with the Mexican wrestlers. Like all this shit was a build to something. So yes, Bad Bunny made sense. But that's all in industry benefit. You're not getting Bad Bunny fans to stick and stay. They'll see it for, wow, that's cool, wrestling match in Puerto Rico. Once you leave Puerto Rico, you're not getting Bad Bunny back or any of his fans.
Yeah, because wrestling's not cool today.
But there was an in-industry benefit. You sold that event. That made sense. But, like, what the fuck? Like, when you put Travis Scott in WrestleMania, what did that do for you? Nothing.
It did nothing. It did jack shit for business.
When you put Dipset in a match with the Usos, what is that going to do for you? Fucking nothing. Like, there is no industry benefit to that.
And before we get too far into this, because we're going to be talking about it anyway, a little bit more in depth with everything WrestleMania. Let's finish up the mainstream.
Yeah, I'm just going to kind of run through the rest of these. Cameron versus the Bloodline. Tessa Blanchard got engaged. Whoop-de freak could do. Night of Champions 2026 has been confirmed for. It's not in July. It's in June.
June. My bad.
Oh, and they're going. Yeah. Oh,
they are.
They're going to the great land of Saudi Arabia.
Okay, this is probably the dumbest thing they have ever done in recent years. Okay, we talked about this on the shows I'm part of. They're confirming they're going to WrestleMania at Saudi Arabia. They're confirming it. I don't agree with it, but they better beef up fucking security.
You know what was their original before going to Saudi Arabia? They said Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville, yes. But how I say, if it's safe and it's not like a war zone, okay, fine, go there. But if they're going in 2 months when the conflict is still happening, then why are they going there? That is retarded. If they're going, A, they're dumb as fuck, and B, I pray to God they have armed security with these people 24/7 because it's not safe to go there. And what makes them think this thing's going to be settled in 2 months?
And another rumor saying, they might do it in March instead of April, and they wanted it to be one night.
So basically what you're telling me is that I am, once again, not on American time.
Or Canada.
No, you're not.
I have to wake up, at like 4 in the fucking morning to watch PLE?
No,
I ain't watching out.
No, it'll start, I think, at like 1.
Yeah, 1 for you guys and 11 p.m. for us Canadians.
Eat actual shit, bro. I'm so tired of this.
All right. And then Trey Miguel confirmed he suffered a broken patella. Oh. One of the most recent TNA tapings.
Speedy recovery.
Carlos Silva / TNA reimbursed WrestleCon for pulling Leon Slater. Now, NXT Revenge Part 2 also happened this past week. In defeat was Tuesday the end for Blake Monroe, Joe Hendry, and Sol Ruca. Well, Joe Hendry and Sol Ruca, we already know it was the end for them because they've been called up. Now, Blake Monroe, I'm not entirely sure about, only because she's still got the whole shtick going on with Vanity Project basically being her cucks. And I'm not going to lie, that shit's kind of funny. I mean, cucks, simps, whatever you want to call them, they're all of it. Borrowing their mother's credit cards to buy her shit. So I genuinely think it actually is a funny storyline that's going on there. So I wouldn't mind Blake being in NXT for a couple more months doing that. Now, I also agree with Baron Corbin and Bully Ray. The spot with Zarya and Blake Monroe, or not Blake Monroe, with Sol Ruka and the table spot, that was stupid. That was
fucking
so
ridiculous.
Stupid.
So dangerous.
Yeah, that was very dangerous, and it was a very dumb idea. Now,
yep.
Topic
the fact
3.
she has staples in her head from that just tells you. And under concussion protocol after just getting called up.
Yep. And whoever okayed that spot, like I said, should be fired. That was not safe and fucking stupid. You know she's coming up to the main roster. Oh, what we're going to do? We're going to push her back first off a balcony where she can't really protect herself. Oh, we got tables. Hey, there's a chance she can fucking hit her head. Oh, she can split her head. Whoever idea, bravo. Thank you for showing people that criticize who said they don't care about your wrestlers' safety. Like, that's just brilliant. Like, seriously, what the fuck were they thinking?
That was just dumb. It was a dumb spot. Now.
And now, we don't know, unless they go back to the Stephanie stuff, what Liv's going to do in the meantime while Soul's getting off concussion protocol from the idiocy.
Was she on Raw, Sol Ruka? I don't know. Like, did she actually make an appearance on Raw?
Was on Raw this week.
Okay, so they had to make an appearance on Raw, and then she goes back to fucking Florida to do that. Oh my god, I hate these fucking marks that run in the back. I do. Oh,
and it wasn't just Soul. It was Zarya too, because Zarya speared her, and that's how they ended the match. So now you bring them both back from Raw to Florida just to do that spot, and you're like, why?
It doesn't make sense. Yeah, please, someone explain to us six at fucking 9:12 in the morning Central, why did they do that? Like, why? What was the purpose of it?
So I got an IG comment that says, as far as wrestler safety in Saudi Arabia territory, they buy more of our stuff than Poland. It's full of jobbers, so much botched moves and obvious choreography. It's that. Oh, okay. But yeah. Hi, guys. And
it's dumb.
This is live. Go ahead.
Now, we have a list of champions here now after WrestleMania. Who do you all think will be the ones to dethrone them? Currently, as our women's U.S. champion, Julia. Who will dethrone Julia?
Chelsea Green. When she comes back. I'm going to say Chelsea.
Hell no.
It's either I say fucking Jordan Grace being the one challenging for it, just give her a monster run with it, but clearly they just want to keep throwing her under the bus.
Yeah.
I thought Jordan got hurt because she got hurt at the main event tape.
She just wrestled Tiffany Stratton right before Mania, and Tiffany beat her for the title shot.
Oh, I didn't know, because I know last time I heard about Jordan, she got hurt at a main event tape and before WrestleMania.
Yeah, then she came back. Like,
okay, that's good. She's back from injury. Good for her.
And then they plugged her into this. I think she did a match on main event recently, and then didn't get hurt on it.
Okay, so that's good to know. Okay, my bad. I did not know that. Okay, so for women's US, I'm saying Chelsea Green.
I say no because I don't know if they're gonna put a trigger, but they have her in the plans to win Money in the Bank.
For Chelsea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard that too.
About time.
Great. Who's the next champion, Eric? Who we got?
Next champions, the WWE Tag Team Champions, R-Truth and Damian Priest.
Okay, this is where you guys can help because I don't watch a whole lot of modern WWE. What tag teams do they have besides the Usos?
The safest bet is always just put the belts on the Motor City Machine Gun. These guys are toiling away doing nothing. Just give it to the real tag team of the world.
Isn't it the Usos and Solos people?
Oh, yeah, Solos people, yep.
The Wyatts.
No, it's not the Wyatts.
You know what? I'm going to say Usos because if they're going to reform the bloodline in some capacity, I can see them doing the belts onto the Usos just for that reason, if they're reforming it.
Wait, the Usos are Raw. You got to say the SmackDown tag teams. Y'all think
yeah, you guys are mixing this up. I'm talking about SmackDown.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Wait.
Wyatt,
They got
Axiom, Alpha, Motor City.
Yeah, the only one that was getting it right over here was Zach.
Wait, they got two tag belts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, when? Oh shit! I did not know that came for SmackDown.
Sorry about that, but MSC, the
WrestleMania
Wyatts, Motor.
Yeah, so you're
years
about to be a
ago.
full-time host on this show, and you
I
don't
think
even know
it's,
there's 2 tag team championships.
Well, I hate modern WWE, so I didn't know that. So for
Okay.
SmackDown, I'll say Wyatt 6 for SmackDown then.
Well,
It should be the Wyatt 6, but it's not Halloween time, dude.
That's true.
yeah, it's gonna be the Guns. It's gonna be the Guns, and they're gonna align with Johnny and Candice at
Yes.
some point.
Ew.
Yeah, because WWE has nothing for baby faces.
They don't. Like they have nothing for anybody. I'm saying Wyatt 6. I'm sticking with it because that's the only team I know on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I think it's a really tough decision right now because I think we're going to go through a transitional champion before we get to who we really want it to be on, which would be the Wyatt 6.
You know who's going to be the new tag team champions on SmackDown? It's going to be Danhausen and one of his midgets.
Oh God!
Stop.
Good
I'm
grief.
actually
Good
predicting
grief.
something in the line of Danhausen and Miz.
I would have said Kit and Miz to be the transitional, but
Oh hell no! Stop it, Dinance, before I smack you. Before I smack you.
Now, on the other side, on Raw,
Hot take. Hausen and Truth. But that's just me praying.
you would have to do a lot of shuffling to do that.
yeah, you have to first get the titles off of them and then transition them back onto Truth with Dan. That would be complicated.
That's when you do Danhausen and Mr. Iguana.
Oh God!
Wait, actually, that
no.
could be interesting.
Wait, that's not bad.
That's
That is
actually not a bad
bad.
idea.
That's not
Moving on to
All
the
right.
division, and this one's an easy one: Street Profits.
This is the
Who
Raw
should
one,
defeat-
right?
Yes, who
Yeah.
should defeat Logan Paul and Austin Theory?
I'm gonna say Usos because it's the Bloodline reunion. That's what we're teasing.
I say Street
Yeah, Street Profits, just because they got right back to it, and then you could do the Usos depending on how you set that up.
I
Yeah.
think it's going to be the Street Profits. People want to see that.
And next, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Brie Bella and Paige.
Bailey Lyra. Bailey Lyra.
I'm gonna say. What the hell is their name? I'm having to bring a fart here. Here, skip me. I'm trying to remember their name. I'll come back.
No worries. Anybody else?
Bailey Lyra,
but-
because I feel like we just said, WWE can't make compelling baby faces, and I feel like with how they've been acting in their tag matches little bit more heelish, I feel like the turn is going to lead to them winning the belts.
I remember now. Before I lose my train of thought, I have a feeling now because now Rhea is the SmackDown Women's Champion as of now. I got a feeling they're gonna have her and Io Sky be put back together. They're gonna win the women's tag belt, so that sets up the Asuka and Kyra Sane program with them for the belts, and I'll have the Bellas and Attack Page and set up that program. That's my guess.
No.
I must not want it to happen, but I'm just guessing. If I gotta pick an answer, that's my answer.
Yeah.
Charlexa.
Oh yeah, there's
You
no
got Charlotte
team. I forgot.
Alexa. Like, I feel there's 2 breakups, and it's Charlexa and the Kabukis are very soon. That's why I'm like Bailey and Lyra.
Right.
They
And
go-
the
they have the long
Kabukis
thing out.
should have happened at
They're-
Mania.
I think they use the belts to break Charlexa.
I think so
Yeah.
too. Now,
Yeah, and I do think Io's the reason the Kabukis break up. So
Yes.
all right.
I think so.
WWE Undisputed Champion Cody Rhodes. Who will defeat him? My answer: Danhausen.
No,
Randy.
Are you?
it's either Randy or Punk.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
say
Cody should have already been lost it, but who?
this is SmackDown we're talking about, right? No, Raw is SmackDown.
Yep. SmackDown.
No. Yeah,
the fact
okay, yeah,
he
SmackDown.
missed a punt pissed me off.
Yeah, he didn't sell it.
Yeah, he may have not. Hey, he may have no sold it, but he got almost broken orbital bone from it. So
Yeah, he
Well, they-
sold it with his
He
face.
should have got up.
I'm
He
gonna
shouldn't
say
have
if
got
I
up
have
and
to,
walked off.
can I have 2 possibilities, or I can only have 1?
You can do 2.
You can have 2.
You're allowed to.
I can see either Randy Orton or Drew McIntyre when he comes back.
Yeah, Drew
Ooh.
McIntyre is who I'm going with.
Because I believe he's doing Homelander. That's why he lost to Jacob Flair too. I think he's
Yes,
got to
he
go
is.
shoot
He's still
Homelander.
the Highlander. Highlander.
Okay, Highland. Sorry, my bad. Thank you.
Oh,
I'm gonna say Drew when he comes back.
Oh
They're gonna
my
reignite
God!
that
Yes,
program.
Homelander versus Highlander.
Okay, Monkey just came in my ears.
I actually
I've
just
been
got
the
some
feud
breaking
the whole
news.
time. You just haven't seen it.
Guys, I actually just got some breaking news real quick, just to cut this off, and then we'll go right back in. It has been confirmed that Evil has signed with the WWE.
You said that. I was
He's
getting
going to
ready
Raw.
Someone got fired.
I don't know who
Nah,
Evil
well-
is, so who's he?
Evil from New Japan Pro Wrestling, former IWGP World Champion, former Never Openweight Champion, former multi-time IWGP World Tag Team Champion, former World Tag League winner. Did he win? Yeah, he's also a former G1 Climax winner, right?
Yes. And
Yeah.
most importantly,
And
Io
most
Sky's
importantly,
husband.
the husband of Io Sky.
So yeah, Io's not going.
Io not going anywhere. Her man's home. She about to get a
Okay.
lot of doink, 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 doink.
Rhea's gonna watch.
Oh my God, no, dude! You know what they're gonna do now, right? That he's in the WWE. He's gonna be the one with Danhausen. They're gonna be very good, very evil.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Next.
Moving on. Now, who will dethrone the WWE Intercontinental Champion, Penta, currently?
Penta's the champion? Okay, I'm gonna say, and he's a Raw mid-card belt,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so Penta. No, I'm gonna throw a curve at you guys because we haven't seen him for a while. Ray Phoenix.
See, I wish Dragon Lee wasn't such a like middling character, and I wish they actually gave him like the respect that mattered with the AJ Styles stuff. If they really wanted to make that matter, like they gave him his finisher and all that, but like even that tag run could have been more meaningful than just plopping them together. But like, I'd love to say a Dragon Lee right now. Dragon Lee, by
Dragon Lee?
God, should have been the Intercontinental Champion. Should be the guy that wins the Intercontinental title, but they keep feeding him to Penta.
Okay, so Dragon Lee for you. I'm gonna say Phoenix for me. Trickle, how about you?
Oh man, the way the IC title picture is, anyone could win it. It could be Ethan Page, it could be Rusev, it could be freaking Javon Evans. Like it's.
I've got Ethan Page winning it.
It's-
I've got Ethan Page.
Okay. Sorry, Trickle, you were saying?
Yeah, like I said, the IC title picture is stacked right now. But the way that Raw ended last week, I think they probably gonna give it to Rusev.
Rusev, okay. Monkey, how about you?
I believe Rusev too. I do believe Rusev.
And my answer, Danhausen.
Of course
Okay.
it is.
Of course.
The
No, I
reason I
can kind of see it because he's selling a lot of merch. You think they're gonna do something with him before the light fades out?
Now, the new Women's Intercontinental Champion, Becky Lynch, who will dethrone her? My answer, Danhausena.
I'm gonna say, you
No.
know what? I have a feeling Lyra Valkyria. I'm gonna throw another wild ball on that one.
I could see her doing
What?
it.
I could see possibly now if they do it now with this call up, if Becky, because Becky's always been the one to give it to a new one, where she's given like Tiffany that rub, she's given Lyra that rub in the past, like all that stuff. I think this is the perfect time now. Make the most out of Sol Ruka's call up. Have her be the one to beat Becky for it.
Upset victory. There you go. Then you got a new star. Just want to say, book
Because
her
I wanted
president.
to say a JC Jane, but I think she's going to SmackDown and heel versus heel would be dumb.
Okay. Okay. So you're saying still Ruka. I'm saying Lyra Valkyria. Let's see. Danzai, how about you, my friend?
I'm going Soul. And
Soul Surrender
that's
as well?
the reason behind it.
Okay. Okay. Trico, how about you?
I'm going with Sol Ruka.
Okay, so we got three Sol Rukas here. Monkey.
Which championship?
Women's
Women's
Intercontinental.
IC, Becky.
Yeah. No, I like I said, I agree. I was gonna go with the Sol Ruka route.
So four Sol Rukas.
That was gonna be my answer.
Okay. Eric, you?
Oh wait, he said Dan Hausina.
No, you can't
Yes.
say Dan Hausina.
A female one. Can you guys hear Monkey? He's very low on my end. I can't really hear him.
Yeah, his mic is a bit
Yeah,
low.
I was talking away from the microphone.
No, my answer is Dan Hausina. Anyway, moving on.
No, you can't.
Oh my gosh.
You can't pick Dan.
I will say what I want.
Give a real fucking answer. You're cursed.
Go fuck yourself.
All right, bro.
Thank you, Monkey.
You are cursed.
All right,
You
Eric,
don't
what's
have the
next,
power
my
to
friend?
curse people.
You don't know that. You might
The
actually
new
not say it's a
women's
family
world
show.
champion.
You never know. He could have been one of the midgets. I don't know how tall he is on that camera.
You don't know what I've traded to get what I've gotten.
You do not have the power of Danhausen cursing.
You don't know that.
Oh my
You don't know
gosh.
that, dude.
Hey, he could have
Okay.
been the pop.
What's next,
All
Eric?
right,
What do we got?
Moving on. Who gets Liv?
Liv. No what? Okay, in my opinion, they should have did this, but they didn't. Raquel Rodriguez is my pick.
Yes.
No.
Bingo.
And it's a criminal to me because she's got female Kevin Nash vibes to her. It is a criminal that they're not pushing her like a female Kevin Nash. In my opinion.
Yeah. Her moveset is straight Kevin Nash, and she took his advice to heart and has
And she's
ran
gotten
with
better.
it. It's just they are so headstrong on Liv right now to where they need to break up the Judgment Day. It's
Yeah,
just,
Judgment
do
Day
they
as
break
well.
it up? And my only thing is, do you put the title on Raquel or do you do it on Roxanne? Because that's...
That prospect just made me feel so good about myself. Yes. That'd be
Roxanne
amazing.
or Raquel?
No, when you just said the name Roxanne Perez, I was like, oh my God, why didn't
Yeah,
I?
they can do a triple threat, but Raquel does not get pinned.
I gotta change my
Yeah.
answers for the SmackDown.
Roxanne pins. Ooh, yes.
What do you say? I can't
Do
hear
the
him.
Judgment Day three-way to end that chapter of Monday Night Raw Creative, and Roxanne gets the title. Yes.
Okay, so we got one for Roxanne, Raquel for me. What about you there, Zach?
I mean, I really like that Roxanne answer. I think if
Okay.
you're gonna make somebody, yeah, you make Roxanne out of it. Because I was like, Raquel seemed like the right answer because it's like, yeah, because like Raquel should have had it forever ago. I mean, they gave her 5 title shots. If they were gonna give it to her, give it to her. Roxanne's that untested. You give it to that. I mean, look how many times they've trusted her with the belt in NXT, and she freaking thrived. Let her
Yes.
boost up this division.
Okay, Donze, how about you, my friend?
That's who I was saying, Roxanne.
Okay, so we got 3 Roxannes. All right, Trico.
Long term, it should be Roxanne, but if they go back to Stephanie, then they should do a persona kind of similar to Finn Balor's, but also similar to Thunder Rosa, which he paint her face.
Okay, kind of. That'll be a character spice up for sure. All right, Monkey, how about you, bud?
So I agree with the Roxanne thing, but I gotta change my answer to the IC title on SmackDown.
All right.
Oh,
That would be the
Tiffany?
U.S. title on SmackDown.
Yeah, the US. My bad.
That's who I
where's-
originally...
Where's
She's
Tiffany?
number 1 contender for Julia right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
And that's why I said
okay.
Tiffy earlier.
All right,
She's
moving
number 1
on.
contender.
All right, moving on. World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns.
Oh, easy. Open Femi. They got a money match. SummerSlam main event night 2. If Brock's not coming back, that's your main event. Like I said on your stream Sunday night, Open Femi is a Black Goldberg. He's got momentum now. Now you need to have this man kill people. You got to protect him. You got to make sure he looks like $1 million. He cannot have his value get devalued. Keep this motherfucker strong to SummerSlam. Put the belt on him at night 2 or night 1, wherever you want to do it. Make Obi Femi the guy.
Yep.
It's right there. They cannot fuck it up. They
Agreed.
got it right there.
does
In my
anybody
opinion.
disagree?
No.
All right, next belt.
No.
All right.
Next.
Hey, if that was that, is that Raw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
It'll
It's
be
the
so
World
wrong.
Heavyweight
Roman's so
Championship that Roman.
Women's Champion Rhea Ripley.
Okay, that this is SmackDown now because now she's on SmackDown. Okay. Who did we have on SmackDown? I don't even know the
Break up
women's
Charlotte,
division.
Alexa, whoever's the heel.
No, I'm gonna say Alexa can get
it's
a
break up Charlotte,
tainted
Alexa,
win.
whoever's the
Rhea.
heel.
I'm gonna say Alexa will get it with a tainted win, and that's gonna set up Alexa and Charlotte breaking up. So I'm saying Alexa.
long-term eyeball. But you know what? Again, she's thrived in NXT. You do the big shock upset. You give it to someone like a JC Jane. Let them fucking roll. Let them just work some. Let them spice up this division. Actually, no. Shocker. Zelina Vega. Make this Aleister Black thing matter.
Okay, all right.
Even though I agree with you, that's not happening. Okay, so
AJ Lee.
this is where that's Raw, by the way. So no.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, you're right. SmackDown.
Damn brands. How often they don't actually care about these brands, though?
Yeah, brands supposed to end, in my opinion.
And I'd go Alexa for the reasons.
Problem with it, there's only on SmackDown. There's only like 3 girls that really like make a good match for Rhea.
Oh no! Wait, you know what?
Because we saw
it's Jordan Grace.
Hey,
yes.
Hey,
that would actually be a fight.
But then who's the heel in that match?
Jordan.
Yeah, they will have to turn either Jordan heel or Rhea's got to turn heel. They can't do a babyface versus babyface match. It's not going to draw.
You can't turn Rhea heel because there's too many. She's too fucking over. You would have to do it to Jordan.
Yeah.
Which Jordan doesn't really have a defined thing as a babyface right now anyway. Turning her heel doesn't hurt her. It at least gives her an edge now that she would need going into the Rhea thing. Or you could honestly get away with baby just on the fact that they're 2 big bitches and it'd be better than the Jade Cargill match.
Yeah. And how they killed Jade anyway was, and we're going to talk about it after the interview.
Well,
why the hell?
We're
like this.
We're going to need to cut the WrestleMania section because we're already an hour 15 in.
All right.
We're going to do the men's title, the men's US.
Yes. So who would be defeating Trick Williams for the men's US title?
I'm going to say, because he's still on SmackDown, I'm going to say Solo Sikoa is going to get the belt back.
Solo?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to have Carmelo Hayes.
Double turn, Sammy gets it back.
Nah, I think
if they do a double turn, yeah, that's a possibility.
Yeah. Now, going into our interview portion for today, Mr. Zach.
That's me.
Yes, it is. Now, you have had the pleasure of being able to participate in multiple seminars, including one with wrestling legend Paul London. What would you say one of your biggest takeaways was with working with him?
So I'm grateful in the fact that that recently was my second time taking a Paul London seminar. The first time was when I actually used to train. Shouts out to the XWA Kingdom Academy. Once run by ROH, is now the Kingdom. But this most recent time, and I actually got to connect with him afterwards about it, because obviously as a non-wrestler, I go to seminars more to soak in the knowledge. I go there to, just listen to these minds and then take that and be able to apply it to now what I do. And something I actually got to give him the appreciation is of something from that first seminar where everything you do should look and feel like it matters. It should never look like that there's nothing happening or that there was no reason behind what you did. And I got to joke with him where one of the spots he has you do is he has everybody stand in a line. There's a spot he hates where and you've seen it in a match 100 times. It's where the guy runs at you, you hit the back of his leg, he bumps, pin, 1, kick out, slap the other guy leg, pin. He's like, why did the guy bump? That's never a natural reaction to somebody bumping, to somebody getting slapped on the back of their leg. Take the leg, do a double arm takedown, something that gives that intensity, that moment. And so as a commentator, the point of that being is make everything matter. So even if the wrestlers don't make something matter, it's my job now to give that viewing audience that perception that there was something there. And if there was something there, then elevate that point, make it more important, make it where now, oh my gosh, now they're drawn into it to the point where now they have to see who wins and they have to see that continuation of the story. Every it's the littlest things that add up, and it's the littlest things that people really have to, take into consideration when they're going through booking their matches.
Right.
Wow. Love that.
No, I love that. Genuinely, I do. Now,
Zach, that got me a lot of respect for you, because the problem with today's wrestling, younger wrestlers, they don't like to take advice. They don't. The fact that you're listening, you're learning, you're absorbing it, and think, okay, I'm gonna do this. Okay, that makes sense. So you become a better, performer, whether it's in the ring or on the mic. Mad respect to you, man. I love that.
Oh, thank you.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Now, what would you say the most interesting role has been so far that you've worked at a show?
So like in terms of just physical like jobs, I guess you could say, I think the most interesting is when I have to do multiple of them on the same show, because like obviously, like I've said, like I commentate, I referee, I backstage interview, and sometimes there's a show where that is my specific duty. But then I have a show like this past weekend at RWA, and I'm not only commentator, but I'm backstage interviewer. I had a show for this promotion, NCW, where I was a commentator and a referee. I literally would jump off of commentary and go in and then referee a match or something. Though, like on a show day where I have to, though, okay, here I am now at the table calling this, and now I got to run to the back and corroborate with talent to get this promo done that they need to do, so that again we can continue to push content and we can continue to elevate what we're doing, because again every part of a show matters. I think that's the most interesting part of it for me. Like, I mean, because again, like I love everything that I do in an individual capacity. Like when I commentate, like that's my bread and butter. I got thrusted into refereeing, but even then, I love having, like, again, like being able to see how the machine works even more and having the trust that the talent have, where it's like, he's reliable. We can depend on him to ensure that we can get where we need to go. Right. That's what the roles matter to me more, is what I'm giving to them and how I can make what they're doing, again, be as smooth and seamless as possible. Do you have like a favorite between the two roles that you like, or are they equal? Yeah, or even, I'm definitely a commentator at heart. Okay. It's what I've always wanted to do, and I'm very grateful to Derek Simonetti and the Proving Ground, where I got my start, for allowing me to be what I am today, because I've always, since I was a kid, if I could get paid to talk, it'd be printing money, and I would enjoy every second of it. And now getting to do it with professional wrestling and work with so many talented people, whether I know them or world renowned, that I've dipped my toes into, it's something I wouldn't trade for the world. Hell yeah, man. But again, as the Zach of all trades, I'll do just about anything except I'm not a wrestler.
Well, I actually was just about to ask, seeing as that, you commentate, you ring announce, you do backstage interviews, you ref. Have you ever given a thought about maybe hopping in the ring and taking a spot or two?
So I am of the belief, never say never. I mean, I just watched a cameraman get into a multi-month feud because he eliminated a guy from a Royal Rumble match. So, I mean, if somebody decides to step over my line of authority, one day, maybe I got to drop him like I did ZPB at Cabo Wrestle with a good old-fashioned stunner. Or, maybe I piss off the wrong person and someone comes for me. And if I go for a ride, then it sucks to be me that day. But I mean I will never not take something into consideration. I've transparently, I've always told talent, listen, if there's anything you want to do, like, because like I said, I have trained in the past. I still, keep myself as active as I can. Again, not an in-ring performer, but I am still, keeping up the cardios to be a good referee and, being able to bump in case something happens, so, if someone wants to cross the line, we'll throw down. It just won't be a Tokyo Star freaking
It'll be a brawl. Right. Make sure y'all catch that, motherfuckers. Fuck with this guy. You're gonna pay the Zach price.
Hey, I've learned from some credible people. I may be able to tie you up.
Hell yeah.
Now, what would you say some of your goals are for the remainder of 2026?
My goals for 2026, I'm not somebody who sets like hard goals, because I feel like if you ever shoot too far, then you're kind of like, you're more self-conscious than you should be, and therefore like it's gonna jinx you. Like, don't think you're so good that you can get this now. So right. I'm always very broad in the sense of I just want to I want to hit new promotions. I want to hit new states. I mean, I'm hitting Tennessee in the summer as part of the SCI tournament with Action Wrestling. Shouts out Matt Griffin and all the guys out there. But, I've debuted for a couple new places out here. I always want to do more. The talent spread that I get to work with. I always want to be working with the freshest up and comers. I always want to be working with the most relevant of name. Though you did mention in your last question one of the jobs that I do that I have not done yet that I really would like to. I'd love to ring announce a show. I'd love to take after my mama, who's a great ring announcer, and show producer in her own right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, your mom does that stuff. That's cool.
And as a talker, I'd love maybe somebody to see somebody who needs a mouthpiece. I think being a man, I would love to maybe throw my name in that hat. But again, wrestling is a ever shifting game. And the Zach of all trades, I'm going to do whatever gets presented to me. Yes. I'm ready to take on any challenge. I'm ready to take on any, promotions, whatever. I mean, unless you're, no bueno bizino.
Right.
Again, I don't name names, but I'm just here to be the best value asset where I can be. My goal is just to be the best Zote possible at all times.
Of course.
Continue to do what I love.
Of course. Now, do you by chance have any particular quote unquote horror stories from past shows you were on? And if you don't want to mention the name of the promotion because you don't want to seem like you're burying them or anything, you don't have to.
No, I appreciate that. I thankfully haven't been in too many of those situations something freak crazy happens and now I have to cover it on commentary or something. I have had a fan run in on a match that I was reffing once and I didn't even realize it until because I was in the middle of a thing. The guy runs in and then I think one of the stage hands get him before he can actually stand up. He slid in and it was right at my feet, but I never saw him. So thankfully nothing happened. And then everybody else, cause it was a tag gauntlet thing. So they're all seeing it while the two guys that I'm focusing on are doing their crud. And they're like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, dude, there was a guy. What are you talking about?
Oh, wow.
But I'd say a horror story, if you will. Cause I believe that my home promotion had some bad juju on a recent show where on our first show of the year, somebody suffered a minor injury in our main event. Nothing crazy, and it wasn't even because of the ring. It was they took a bad bump doing a cutter they did all the time. Freak accident, right? Mm-hmm. So my promoter, Mr. Simon Eddy himself of the Proving Ground, decides let's rent out somebody else's ring. Let's just, it'll lessen my stress, all that. Okay, cool. Makes sense. Until the show starts. First match gets turned into a street fight. Guy whips a chair at somebody. It ricocheted off the girl's hair, smacked him in the face, cracked him, gushing, nasty. They go to the finish. Second match of the night, immediately after that. Within the opening minute of the match, they're doing an international. Guy, Vern Vicalo, hits a Russian leg sweep, pops his shoulder out. He's now going in the process of getting surgery. I hope him the speediest of recoveries. He's going to be out for a little while. And then in the third match, literal following match after that, guy, it's, big man versus little man. The little man thinking, tree is, chop him down. Chop block, guys lands on his hand, broke his finger, out for 2 months. So we had 3 consecutive injuries on one show based on the fact that we switched the ring because of one injury. I don't know about you, but I think that's some juju.
Oh no, that's 100%. That's that you pissed off the ring.
Yeah, you were cursed. Dan Allison cursed the ring.
Yeah, the ring got
Dude,
mad.
I've heard of an injury bug, but that shit's fucking insane, bro. I've never
heard
of an injury bug
like that.
I've never heard of an injury bug that was like a show.
Yeah, exactly. back to back. That is insane. That's probably a first.
The rest of the show went off without a hitch. It's a great show and it'll be eventually available on YouTube, IWTV. But it was one of those things thankfully, it wasn't anything that was anybody's fault. Nobody did anything unsafely. Nobody, the chair thing, but even then, the guy who got binked with the chair got the best of it. He's still going. He's still fine. That was just a minor inconvenience for him, but that it wasn't because anybody did anything wrong. Again, these were all just freak accidents that happened subsequently. Like, it just goes to show that no matter what you do in there, everything is a risk. And that's why you have to condition yourself and keep yourself in that best condition.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%. I completely agree. Now, our final question for this interview. It's Saturday. You just got done working Focus Pro. Where are you stopping to grab a bite to eat?
So shouts out my people over at Focus Pro. And, cheap plug, we got an event out in Braintree, Massachusetts at our home base, Widowmaker. Locals only. It's going to be a great card. You've got Monty Aries versus Deathmatch superstar Akira. We've got West Coast's Amira coming down to challenge our women's champion Kaya McKenna. That and so much more. We're working a couple of things behind the scenes. But unfortunately for me, by the time a Focus Pro show is over, as somebody who's there all day, who set up the ring, then commentates on average 7 to 9 matches, and then has to break down the ring, most things aren't open. So it's, a gas station stop real quick, on the way home or something like that. I mean, Applebee's used to always be like the go-to thing after a show, but during our Sunday events where we do the Great American Beer Hall, where we'll be back on May 3rd, another cheap plug. I'll get back to that later, though, I'm sure. Out in Boston, it's a tradition for Focus Pro, especially for our big shows there, that we'll take a trip up to the Kowloon. Some of the roster members, as well as production and all that, it's one of those like big, eloquent Chinese ass places. Many of wrestlers will stop there, like when they're touring the Northeast. It's a staple stop if you're in Boston. Great freaking place. And yeah, I mean, if anywhere you're going to stop, that's like a great Focus Pro tradition.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Word up.
Now, to run down our final topic for today, the Indieverse, just a few topics going on here today. The MWA has officially announced that they will be moving to Comet TV as of next Friday. I personally am very excited about this. I think this will be very good for the NWA. Seeing as that now this will be their first time back on broadcast television in over 30 years. As well, being on this channel now allows them to be viewed by international audiences, which is something that we have been wanting to do for quite some time. So
that's fantastic.
Really, yeah,
I love that too. And I'm grateful that through OWR, I've gotten to work with some of the NWA territory talents and stuff like that. But I also love this for the mainstream NWA as well, because again, a lot of those guys are getting that pipeline to that program. And I feel like with the Roku thing, like it was a great opportunity, but it was also very like weird in how it was marketed, where it was I felt like a lot of times it was hard to understand, where it's like, oh, here's this thing, and now it's this thing, but it's on this thing, but now it's it's on demand. Maybe at least now with a strict, legitimate TV, that's gonna help it be more digestible, and it's going to help it be more marketable, widespread, and help people actually appreciate it. Because for all that people can crud on it for being this small little rinky-dink Billy Corgan thing, it is cultivating its own unique roster. It is curating its own unique stories that if you give it the chance to breathe, there's some life there that can really shake things up in the mainstream wrestling hemisphere that's kind of needed.
Absolutely. Right. Another thing with Indy there, I got one on our end. Eric's boy, EC3, is now with JCW. He made his debut at Stranglemania as a performer. I'm very excited. He's gonna be a great mentor backstage and a great on-screen performer. I am delighted that EC3 is now with us at JCW. Very excited for that.
I'm very excited about EC3 being in JCW. Speaking about JCW, J-Rod is the new JCW Women's Champion. Congratulations to her on winning that at Stranglemania.
Justice to Alice Crawley. How dare management put her in a tag team championship match? What kind of, I guess, lunacy is this?
I mean, Vince
That's clever. I'm going to steal that. That's clever.
I feel like that, I mean, not trying to talk shit on him or anything, but I feel like that tag match was a classic Vince Russo booking.
You know what? You're not wrong.
Well,
exactly. Thank you.
Actually, I got some backstage here. This can be on the record because Russo publicly said this. He did not book Stranglemania. That's a Violent J show.
Really? Okay, well, you
And-
know what? They've been around each other a lot enough,
Yep.
so I feel
And-
like AJ has gotten some
And for those-
influence.
And for those that remember, they did that stipulation. They did that stipulation at the 2000 King of the Ring in that 6-man tag for the world belt. They've done it before, but I found them interested. They just didn't do like a triple threat.
Right. No,
you had all these ladies. You could have just made it a multi-woman man.
So could be, because I don't know this, could be someone is hurt, and that's why there had to be a tag match to protect someone.
that could have been the problem.
Because Alex Crowley was only in the ring for 2 minutes, so there could there be an injury. That's why they had to do a tag match.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you're right. Now, Matt Tremont did win back the GCW Ultraviolet Championship from Otis Kokar at GCW Clusterfuck last weekend. That was an amazingly violent match, not even going to lie. Josh Barnett did confirm that Bloodsport is taking a hiatus. The reason why is because
Oh, really? I know this.
he feels like it's getting a little too oversaturated, and he kind of wants to take a little bit of a hiatus so that then he could reconfigure it a bit and then come back stronger, which makes complete sense. Now, also, this Saturday, there's a lot of fucking wrestling going on, so bear with me as I run through it all. On Saturday, in Dayton, Ohio, Wrestling Revolver will be back in action. EC3 will be making his debut at Wrestling Revolver this Saturday, so make sure if you're not there, watch it on YouTube. Also, NWA is in Tampa tomorrow. Tickets are close to being sold out, so buy them while you can. Special double TV taping. We do PBS Studios. Go show some support to Sesame Street and keep it alive. I'm just joking. There's nothing with Sesame Street involved in the wrestling. But it is where Sesame Street is filmed, though. Now, also happening tomorrow, SICW will be in Columbia, Illinois for some heavy action, including for the SICW Tag Team Champions. Big Texan and Bobby D will be taking on the Tag Team Champions, Glenn Williams and Tony Flood. Which Glenn Williams, I just have to say this to you real quick. You talked a lot of shit. Now at FanFest next week, you have to face off against JBL. Good luck.
And also tomorrow, Focus Pro Wrestling for Test Locals only in Braintree, Massachusetts. Yeah, wrestling. Get your tickets. Still available, but get them before they're gone. We got death matches, intergender wrestling, big time main event, that and so much more. And there's beer. There's food. It's in a brewery. It's awesome.
Bro, I have to admit, like, straight up, like, it needs to become a regular staple now that wrestling events go to breweries, like indie wrestling events. Because think about it, you don't have to spend money on food, you don't have to spend money on alcohol, you don't have to spend money on a lot of shit.
It's right there.
Who's not spending money? Because that's the whole business practice.
Well, the owners ain't spending money.
Yeah.
Owners ain't spending no money. We're making a shit ton of money, but we ain't spending nothing. Like, whereas if you're doing it like at a fucking warehouse or like a VFW or a music hall, you have to go buy alcohol, you have to go buy food, you have to go buy all this other shit.
Oh, yeah.
I love wrestling shows at breweries, which, by the way, May 30th, Mass Exodus, Cleveland, Ohio. Make sure you're there. Collision Bend Brewery. Place is fucking fire. That's probably going to end up being my cheat day on my diet. Not even going to lie, because I need a burger. But
where can they find Exodus?
Exodus, you can find them on YouTube. You can find them on Instagram, Facebook, your mom's house, X.
Well, the basement.
Well, no, not the basement.
No, Exodus gets the actual living room.
Yes, they get the living room.
Yeah, there you go. On the TV, big screen TV.
Monkey, is there anything you want to plug?
UWO, Monday and Friday.
Trico, is there anything you want to plug?
Other than that, I'm excited to see where WWE goes after this. They need a major shakeup after there was SmackDown definitely needs a shakeup after boring shows. So I hope they live up to that. I can't wait to see what Double or Nothing comes up. And yeah, this summer is going to be very interesting.
It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot.
It's going to be very hot. Anything you would like to plug, Brendan?
Yeah, guys, you can find me at patreon.com/Russo TWC. Me and Jeff Lane, the Frontline, get together once a month to recastrate the dirt sheet marks. You can find me on Instagram, X, and YouTube at Catman580. And make sure you check out JCW Lunacy Thursday, YouTube, 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
JCW.
Hell yeah. Well, with all that being said, guys, we thank you all for spending your mornings with us, and we will see you all again next week.
Buy my stuff. Follow me. Yeah.
See you next time, motherfuckers.